Hey, First Baptist. Hope you're doing well. I wanted to come to you today and start another little series in these videos, this time on the topic of finances and money. We could say so much about this. There's books that have been written, obviously, and there's some great resources out there. I may point you to some of them. But I want to just begin to get the conversation going. That's kind of the purpose of a lot of these, that we would begin to think and talk as a church family about issues like this. So one of the things that I've noticed with finances is we can easily kind of relegate finances to the unspiritual part of our lives, as if there is an unspiritual part of our lives. But we got our spiritual side, and then there's things like money. It's just a part of life. It's necessary. Some of us don't like to think about money a lot. Others of us maybe think about it maybe more than we should. We'll get to that. But what I want to say is, hey, money is not an unspiritual part of our lives. It's a very earthy thing that reveals very deep spiritual realities about us and can be a way to express very deep spiritual realities. And so just to begin with, to know that money isn't separate from our walk with Christ. It's not separate from our following Him, our discipleship. It's a part of that. And so I want you to begin by asking that question. What would it look like for me to think intentionally, purposely about my money and my finances right now? What would it look like to think about my money and finances as being under Christ, under His rule, as a way of worshiping Him? How would that change the way I view my money? How would that change the way I use my money? The Bible speaks a ton to money. I read something that said the Bible has some 500 verses about prayer, 500 verses about faith, very important topics. It has some 5,000 verses that touch on the topic of money. And so you can see right off the bat that God does not see money as a throwaway, just non-spiritual thing. It has very much to do with Him and your relationship with Him. And so I want to just challenge us to begin to think about that. How can we make Christ central in our money? How can we make the way we use and think about our money, how can we make the gospel a part of that and make that a part of following Christ and worshiping Him? And so I just want to encourage you to begin to think about that, begin to ask those questions. Money is not an unspiritual thing. It is spiritual. It's a physical thing that has incredible spiritual significance. And so let's think about that and begin to think together what that would look like, what that means for us. So hope that's helpful. That just gets the ball rolling. But I just challenge you to start to look at your finances and your money in that light. Thanks. Have a good one.